Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and I just unboxed the world's thinnest folding phone from Honor. I can link to that video down below. However, Honor also released a brand new tablet. This is the MagicPad 2, which has a 3K resolution, 12.3-inch OLED display. You get the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 chipset and a lot more. They also sent over a couple extras. They sent over the smart Bluetooth keyboard and also the Magic Pencil. This is Honor's 3rd generation Magic Pencil, but I'm really excited. Let's dive into it. The MagicPad 2, we're gonna take a quick look what comes in the box, then of course, get some hands-on with these devices from Honor. Let's get started. Here it is, the Honor MagicPad 2. Says IMAX Enhanced. This is the Moonlight White color that they sent over. Let's see what we get in the box. First of all, of course, we have our tablet. We're gonna set this to the side, build some suspense. Inside the box, we have our 66-watt Honor Supercharge, plus we have our USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable because this charger uses USB Type-A. On to what you came to see, the Honor MagicPad 2. Flipping it over, there is that Moonlight White color. Let me peel off these stickers. Does anyone want to buy this? I'm just kidding, it's not for sale. This color is really cool. It has some subtle texture when you look at it in the light, but if you look at it from an angle, it just looks like a matte white. You can't see that texture. So kind of a marbling up towards the top, and it's a matte color, so it's not glossy, it's not super reflective. I actually really do like this. I'm gonna boot our MagicPad 2 up for the first time, and let's take a look at the keyboard and the pencil. A first look at that Magic Pencil 3. Inside the box, you've got your standard booklets, but you have an extra tip for the pencil. A close look has some Honor branding on the side. This tip does screw off if you need to. And this side is flat, which is where the magnets will be to connect to our tablet. We'll get this connected and test it out in a second. All right, now the Bluetooth keyboard, which also acts as a case. You have some slight Honor branding in the corner, a cutout for that specific camera, and you'll see that it does have magnets, actually. That snapped pretty secure. Kind of a harder texture with just a little bit of grip to it, and I want to just show off that specific keyboard itself. It does have a number row up towards the top. All right, let's set that to the side. We'll get everything connected. I'm going to run through the startup process, talk about anything that's noteworthy. There is face recognition. I also enabled raise to wake. Let's get that set up. I'm just going to put my face there, and wow, that was really quick. You can set up different profiles for different faces. Our MagicPad 2 is all set up and ready to go. Let's take a closer look at this hardware. Along the right side here, we have 2 of our speakers, our USB Type-C port for charging. Up towards the top is where the pencil's going to go. You have a microphone plus your volume rockers and another microphone. Make note there's just a really tiny camera bump, so it should sit flat on a desk. You do have a power button and 2 more speakers. Down at the bottom, absolutely nothing, so no pins for any sort of accessory. And just a closer look at that back color. It does say IMAX Enhanced Honor, and there is our camera system. This rear camera is a single 13 megapixel lens with a flash next to it. A close look at that 12.3-inch OLED display with a 92% screen to body ratio. So yes, there is some bezel for your thumb to rest, but that's about as thin as I pretty much want it in a tablet. You have a 3000 by 1920 screen resolution and up to 144 hertz, which I can already tell is enabled out of the box. It's set to dynamic. However, you can go to standard at 60 hertz, medium at 90 hertz, or force that 144 hertz to make just everything look really nice and smooth. I also noticed you can change the color mode and the specific temperature that you like. There's even an ebook mode, which will desaturate all of the colors, plus smart resolution that you can turn off. This will basically switch the resolution depending on the content that's shown. Let's grab our Honor Magic Pencil 3 and just set it on top. Very strong magnet. I'm not worried about it falling off, and we can connect it right away. Within settings, you can see the battery status. It is charging when connected to our tablet, but there's some other features like instant write. When you do have the screen off, you have global handwriting, so it will convert your handwriting to text. Double tap switch is actually switching between the tool and eraser. Now, when I disconnect, you have a quick shortcut where you can go to type note, handwritten note, open notes, or settings, which is what we were looking at. You can edit that floating window though if you want to add specific shortcuts. And finally, spotlight. I don't actually know what this is. Long press for a laser page turner. That's interesting. So let me long press and you can turn pages. You might have to actually be on a book. Oh, okay. So it does actually turn into a laser pointer. That's a really unique feature. I haven't seen that in styluses before, at least on tablets. As a quick test, just tapping our screen and right away the Notes app opens up. You can customize the color, what utensil you're writing on, but if I wanted to maybe write someone's number down, have a quick idea, that's super useful with it locked. It is pressure sensitive, so you'll see I'm really light on the screen, but if I press down, notice how much thicker that specific pen ink gets. So that's really nice how it is pressure sensitive, gives you a more unique custom style. All right, here's a good test. Let's test out that face unlock, swiping up, recognizing face. I do have a lot of light in my backdrop. Let's do it again, unlock, swiping, and it unlocks right away. Swiping down from the left side gets you to your notifications, or you can swipe from the right for those quick shortcuts. And I noticed under Magic Ring, it actually already found my Magic V3 phone. So that's nice to see that you can connect the two. Time to connect to the keyboard. You'll notice the blinking light right there. Let's actually set our tablet in, and it actually recognized it. So I can hit connect and it knows what it is. Make sure that's nice and secure. Setting it up, like I said, there are magnets that are very strong, and we are connected. Let's test this out. The keyboard does have some quick shortcuts. What's the weather like today?
It's 72 and sunny.
You can even type? Okay, so not too bad in terms of typing, at least when it comes to a tablet keyboard. It's nothing special, but it is very responsive. If you press this button right here, it lets you know how you can show translate and clipboard and go into settings, but also keyboard shortcuts. So if we go like this, it will show all of them. So it's going to be a bit of a learning curve for sure, but if you want to go to your lock screen, keyboard layout, control center, recent tasks, there's a ton of them so that you don't have to touch the screen. You can just use your keyboard. With the magnets, you can hold it with one hand, and I'm not really too worried about it flying all over the place, but if you do want to close it, just go ahead and fold it closed, and there you have it. This is now a complete case to protect your tablet. It does slide a little bit left and right there, but otherwise, yeah, I wish there was a little bit more magnetic connection right there, but otherwise, you know, feels good, feels very sturdy. With the new Honor Magic V3 foldable, let's test out this Magic Ring. So if I tap on this, there's a few different options that you can do: screen sharing, photo service, and connected input. So let's say I want to do screen sharing. I'm gonna land that on the phone here, and that is actually connecting, and it says connected. So now let's see what we can do. Oh, you could just completely control, if I wanted to go home, the screen's off here, but I am actually controlling the tablet with the screen off. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. Same thing on your phone. Maybe you want to screen share onto your tablet, answer some text messages, but also there's photography services. So watch this. If I go here, now it brings up a viewfinder. Now if I take a picture here and hit check, look at our tablet. Wow, it just dropped it straight to our tablet where you can select it and maybe start making edits with your pen or whatever service you'd like. Let's check out a couple other very useful features. First of all, if you go into an input, you can actually just start writing. So if I say Honor Magic V3, it should input that, although my handwriting's really bad. Yeah, the 3 was really bad, but that's okay. You can actually just quickly go back and I can write a 3. There we have it. Now we can search that. So that's super useful. But also, what if, let's say you want to do a little multitasking, right? You can swipe up from the bottom and it brings up this taskbar. Now, there's a couple things you can do. First of all, press and hold and go over. Gives you the classic side-by-side with all of your apps. This, of course, gives you the option to resize the applications. If you tap in the middle, you can swap or even save an app pair. Something really nice is when you are in an application, and let's say you don't necessarily want side-by-side, if you drag an app up to the middle, it brings up this really nice floating window. So this gives you the option to literally have a floating window to multitask with. You can rearrange, you can make it bigger, you can even minimize it. So if I swipe up, that app stays alive in the corner here where I can tap it and just continue what I was doing, going through the application in the smaller screen. You can resize these to whatever you'd like. This gives our tablet a lot of versatility. Let's say we wanted to write just a quick handwritten note about this. So edit the plant. There you go. If we wanted to edit the plant, tapping up towards the top gives you the option for full screen, or you can snap it up towards the side where then you can open up another window. But let's go full screen and actually edit our image. So here we are in a full screen editor. Really nice to be able to adjust how we want the image to look. If we want the highlights to go up or down, how sharp we actually want it. But now AI eraser, let's test this out. So first of all, I said, let's get rid of the plant. So I'm gonna draw this circle around the plant and it says AI eraser in progress. It actually outlined it for me, so it's highlighting it and it should actually erase this plant from our particular image. There it goes, and it erased it, but it put another plant. That's actually pretty cool. You can tell that it's a little bit fake, but it actually looks somewhat realistic. And that cup over to the side actually got a little bit choppy there, but either way, it is nice to be able to do that. The MagicPad 2 has 8 speakers and I'm expecting them to sound really good. Here's just a copyright-free song we're gonna play with some bass to it. And this is all the way up and I can even feel the bass on the sides here. It sounds super full and rich. And just one more quick test. That's awesome. I'm really pleased with the sound of these speakers, which is what you want in a tablet because you're going to be consuming a lot of content. And speaking of content, this display looks great so far. I watched a few different videos with HDR content. The contrast looks fantastic. You can see the black bars. It's a 16:9 aspect ratio of a video, but you can zoom in just a little bit and you get that completely full screen experience with a video that I have to say this display just looks fantastic. Anyways, that is it from me on the brand new Honor MagicPad 2. Drop a comment, let me know what you think about this 12.3-inch tablet. A lot of flagship specs in it. Really cool design. It's super thin, pretty light overall. Anyways, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and as always, thanks for watching.